my channel, The Study Station 101, and in this video we are going to be talking all about brush calligraphy. So let's get to it! So the materials that I used in this video were an eraser, a Sharpie pen in black, a mechanical pencil, and a Chisel Tip marker. In this case it was a highlighter in the Sharpie brand, and I used a variety of colors, and I also used some whiteout tape for any mistakes. I also used an assortment of Carillo Super Tip markers. So beginning with the Chisel Tip marker, I began with my downstroke, applying quite a bit of pressure to get it nice and thick. When going up, I barely used any pressure, and I was more pointing towards the finer bit of my tip. This way I get a really thin line. I find that going up is a little bit more harder, so in that case I always do it twice. The bottom exercise that you see here is using curves like you use in most of your letters, and as you can see, I'm applying quite a bit of pressure every time I go down, and then I'm slowly releasing my pressure to make sure that each curve is nice and fluid to the transition to our thinner lines. Here I'm switching over to the Carillo Super Tip because these are also pretty inexpensive, but they work really well for brush calligraphy. So what I'm doing is I'm just using the same exercise that I showed you with the thin and thick strokes that I showed you with the Chisel Tip highlighter, and here I'm also doing that curve swiggly line exercise at the bottom of it here. The options that I'm showing you here, or the techniques that I'm using, are actually just a substitute to using an actual brush pen, because I find that brush pens are a little bit expensive and not the best use for beginners. As you can see here, I chose a letter, and that case was the letter J because it's my favorite letter to draw in cursive, and I'm trying it out using my thick and thin methods. Here I decided to choose the first word that came to mind when I used my first letter that I drew down there, which was the J, and I decided to write July because it was the first word that came to mind. So here I'm drawing my U, making sure I'm going thin as I draw my L, and here's the Y. I'm going thick, thin, and thick, all the way down to the tail, and then I'm slowly releasing the pressure just like we did in the swiggly line exercise to make a nice thin tail off. And I'm also just going to fix any mistakes to make sure that it's more fluid and it's all connected. Here I'm going to be writing out the alphabet. It's always great to try out the alphabet multiple times because it really gets practice on every single letter. But for the purpose of this video, I'm only going to be showing you guys A, B, and C. But ensure that you check online for more cursive inspiration of brush calligraphy letters and how they should look. So here I have my C, and as you can see, it is quite similar to the first beginning part of the A. So you can see that that's an often pattern that you see in a lot of the letters when people are doing their hand calligraphy. So as you can see, I'm doing the exact same letter practice with my Chisel Tip, and it seems to be pretty much the exact same. Here I'm going to be showing you guys how to do some faux calligraphy. So here I have the word pretty in cursive just with my Sharpie pen, and every time I see a downstroke I'm going to make that line thicker. So as you can see, I went down when I put the first stroke for the P, so I'm going to make that area thicker. I'm going to continue to sort of trace over what I already wrote, and then every time I find that I'm going down, I'm going to make that area thicker. It's kind of hard to explain, but you can see in the video that every time I go down, it's thick. So here's the end product that I've done, continuing it, and it looks pretty similar to calligraphy. So in order to get the results that I had to do a lot of practice. As you can see, even for the title card, there was quite a bit of effort put into it, and more effort into other words that I put in before that. But no matter what, you guys will get it. So hope you guys enjoyed that video. Give this a big thumbs up. Hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Guys, hustle hard and study harder. But for now, toodles!